discount and you like what you see, hit us up for drinks. So, and it doesn't necessarily lead into play. So we just have to scope the situation.
And so the quick answer to that is we do not play often. Most lifestylers will play a few times a year.
Okay.
It's surprising. There are some couples that you'll see at the club every weekend.
Because there's so much fucking work involved. I would be surprised if you guys played more than a couple times a year. Really.
And you have to have four people make a four-way connection.
Right.
And that's
hard.
That's harder than you think.
It makes sense because look how many people out here are single trying to make a connection with just one other person and having a really hard time. And then you're trying to multiply that by 4? Like, what the fuck?
Dude? Exactly.
It's not in your favor.
That's where that 10% comes from. All those factors involved. But when it does happen, it's amazing. The thing is, we have a thing called Fill Your Funnel, and we teach on our podcast. People can go and listen in. And we teach a bunch of techniques that are going to help increase your flow, your lead flow. It's all sales, man. I hate to say it. You're selling all the time. You're marketing all the time, but it really is. Yeah. So you increase your amount of followers and you increase your amount of people clicking through and so forth. Then you can start sorting them. Oh, okay, that's a cool couple. And then you create a nice flow. Will increase your odds of having a good time. And look, we're about friends first. So we like to meet friends because we want to have those sexy adult conversations that you can't have at work.
Right.
That you can't have because you're going to get in trouble. You can't have them with the people at church, man. Even though a lot of swingers I told you that already.
Yeah, you did.
I noticed a lot of things that you guys talk about starts with mind stuff.
Yes.
Like it's about setting the mood. It's about the talk, the sexy talk. You like the sexy talk, getting in the mood, all this stuff like that.
Attitude,
I think most people think like, oh, again, these people just get together and fuck everybody.
Right, because it's like some level of expectation.
Yeah, it's a common misperception for sure. But it starts with your head being in the game, literally, and it starts with how you feel about yourself first, and your confidence. Sexy, like we said, sexy is kind of a state of mind, and you can be a big girl, a petite, skinny girl.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Everybody has something that they're attracted to.
If you smile a lot and you're confident.
There's something called sapiosexuals.
Right.
So that a sapiosexual
attracted to intelligent people.
Right. Yeah. They're attracted to the mind. So you don't have to have a perfect body. I mean, we're not perfect. We're working on ourselves. I'd say we're always works in progress, but you don't have to be the perfect 10 model type with a six-pack abs. There is that out there, but you will never assume what someone is attracted to. So don't let that, screw with your mental game.
Some people don't even like the hard body.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that. Because you're going to make them feel inferior sometimes. They're not perfect. Or they feel you're going to be looking in the mirror the whole time. Or they feel like, hey, if your priority is your body, what are you doing for work, man? Are you at the gym every day, all day? What else are you doing?
High maintenance.
We know a lot of people who are super fit who are, not the epitome of success in the world, okay?
Right.
And they're just super fit, and that's all they have to go on. That's, that only takes you so far. And so... But the success rate is amazing. You just got to keep working at it. And what else do you want to add about that thread that you were on right now?
I was just thinking that a sexy smile and confidence goes a lot farther than the size of your dress or the size of your pants.
I want to say a quick thing here. We have a background in hypnotherapy and hypnosis.
Oh, that's what the voice is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm
yes. You're in trance right now.
Yeah. Give me the brownies. You know what? Our podcasting studio used to be a therapy room.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we have recliner, the whole thing. We took everything out and put some studio equipment in there. And so for quite some time, we were doing breakthrough sessions. Hey, I'm having an issue with this. And so we know, and I also do business trainings, something that I love to do aside from the real estate stuff. And, show people how to set up their companies and all that, how to attract financing, things like that. And we know that it all starts in the head. So if you feel that you're some kind of failure, or you feel like you don't deserve it, or you feel like here are the main emotions: anger, sadness, fear, and guilt. If you have any of those lingering in your mind, really tough to break through and move forward because you're constantly looking back. And so what we've done is we've taken our training from the business side, from the hypnotherapy side, hypnosis, from the breakthrough peak performance stuff that we've taught in the past to thousands and thousands of students, and we've applied it now to the lifestyle. When people listen to our podcast, the tools they get, no bullshit. I mean, people pay thousands of dollars to be in a room to learn techniques to make you better at your job, make you better at your relationship, make you better at your in your athletic game, right? Some of the best pros out there, everyone has a coach, right? Hey, look at, you want to shoot like that dude shoots the ball from the three-point line? Well, look at his elbow. Look how it's pointed. Look where his feet are. So you study excellence, called neuro-linguistic programming. So we have background in NLP. And so the study of excellence leads you to dominating the mind. When you start getting your mind right, hey man, you're gonna fuck a lot of people if you want the lifestyle. But if you get your mind right, you're gonna move forward in your career and so forth. So that's where you mentioned it's about the mind because.
Oh, why didn't you guys come on do some of that on me?
We already did.
But my pendulum is my dick. I'm gonna swing it. Okay. I'm gonna swing it right in front of your face, dude.
Yeah, I need you to do that for the business side too, though. Y'all got me hypnoptized for the lifestyle. But
my penis not that big. It doesn't swing a lot.
So I'm just like this. I'm not like this.
I move my whole body and it vibrates slightly. Okay. It's like a little meat button.
And while she's down there, she'll read your balls and tell you your future.
Exactly.
The perfect exchange.
So what would you guys say are the biggest 2 or 3 misconceptions that people have about the lifestyle that you run into?
I'd say one of the big ones is that they think swingers are people who are down to fuck anybody anywhere, and that's not true. There's a lot of dating and communication involved, and swingers in general are pretty selective. Mm-hmm. So what was another one you had, babe?
Yeah, the other one is that swingers are these guys driving around in 1970 Ford Econoline rape vans.
Yeah, with a mullet.
They got mullets, and they're out there doing all these drugs, and they're hanging out, and they're living like in Woodstock. They're living like the 60s and 70s.
Say rape?
Yeah, and you never want to rape. That's not a good thing.
Right.
There's a
rape's not good.
Hey, there's a comedian out there. You guys remember Louis C.K.?
Yeah.
The comedian. He did this bit. We went to see him in concert at the Universal Amphitheater when I was still around, and he did this bit that was pretty funny but dark. Right? He says, you guys never want to rape, and I'll tell you why. It's just not a good thing. But the only time it's okay is if you really love someone, you really like someone, but they don't like you back. How else are you going to get some action? That's so stupid. Let me get that disclaimer here. Hey, man, don't do it.
Don't do it, right?
Not a good thing, no.
Right.
Unless you really, really like somebody, then.
Another misconception is that the swingers, especially nowadays, that swingers are like super fit and they're all into like fancy type people. It's not. All across, you'll meet people that have, they work as a mechanic. You'll meet people that are neurologists. We had a date recently. And this guy's a brain surgeon, man. And and we were they were at the JW Marriott in downtown, fancy, $500 a night room. And so it's different, right? And his wife, super hot, man. Yeah. And I can tell you this. A lot of people will also say as a misconception, swingers, they fuck a lot. And they don't. Mm-hmm. We've just talked about how maybe a few times a year. Yeah. And that proof is that one couple we just met a week ago, they get out and play maybe twice a year. Oh. And he was out here for a big convention, big medical convention. And so he was like, hey, want to do stuff? Yeah. So the fancy type people that play very little, and then the people who go to the club, they're just more skanky. You just got to watch it out. Okay. Watch your back. Just got to,
Although I will say, as a team, as a married couple, we've gotten more dick and pussy than we did
individually
before we met. Individually.
We're a good team. As a team, man, it's a good thing. Yeah, seriously.
So wait, you guys mentioned something earlier about the divide and conquer thing, but then I noticed that you guys say when you guys go to the cigar lounge, you guys do like a version.
We're right there though. We're at the same table. Yeah. I just happen to have the chick in my lap. Yeah. So she's here. The man feels safe because he watches his wife. He's there. Yeah. She's sexy. She's with me. No one's going anywhere. Mm-hmm. I don't take her to the bathroom. Nothing like that. Right. If the ladies might go to the bathroom, and she's
I've done that.
And then but they go to the bathroom, and then I ask my lady, so what you do in the bathroom? She's like, she went down on me real fast in the stall. Like at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Sometimes they can't help themselves.
or my lady can't help, or she can't help herself, man.
Okay, but here's the thing. Y'all sitting there talking to them in them sexy voices.
Right.
Talking
hypnotizing them.
Crossing my legs.
Going like this.
Crossing and crossing. Did I wear panties? Oh, that's my slit. Oops.
So it's been great with talking to you guys. And I think we're going to get a lot of questions and a lot of feedback from the audience, and probably we'll have to have you guys back again.
That'd be great.
Yeah, we'd be happy to come back.
Let's do it.
But before we call it a night or a day or whatever, I have one final question for you guys. I think it's a good one to end up on, which is, okay, so what you guys do is not polyamory, right? You guys swing. So I want to ask you this. Are you guys just totally devoted swingers for life? Does polyamory ever enter? Have you guys ever talked about that? Do you ever think about that? Is that something you guys might be interested in at some point? Just settling down with some other nice, sexy couple and quit all the searching for all the extra dick and pussy, and just like have in-house dick and pussy for forever, and it just be like just one big happy polyamorous family, or what?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So
no, thank you.
We alluded to this earlier.
My dick hard a little bit. Starting to get a little thick right now.
I think that is a fantasy.
Got me a little quarter chub right
here. They can live next door, huh?
Yeah. All the pussy and half the work, bro.
We have room too.
You know, it's like a guaranteed fuck. It's pretty cool. Yeah. We kind of alluded the lifestyle is a spectrum of things earlier, and swinging kind of sits in the middle, where on the one end you've got, you know, people that just want to go to nudist resorts and be naked in an adult atmosphere. And on the other end, you've got people that want to participate in orgies, you know, a bunch of people on the bed. But then close to the other extreme end of the spectrum is polyamory, where you've got people in relationships that, like, couples will live together and they fall in love with each other, and there's a big emotional attachment. Right. And then where we lie is we're swingers. We're in the middle of the spectrum. For us, it's about making a connection with people, but a physical connection. And there's no emotional attachment. Like we're not trying to like have me to have a boyfriend on the side, or my husband to have a girlfriend on the side. We do this together, and you know, the fantasy of being with another person alone and doing things separate, that's there, but we haven't really fantasized about getting into a relationship with other people.
Yeah, I'm not going to add another chick to my Amex.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I can barely handle her right now. Right? No, but the truth is, for the listeners who are wondering, you know, what in the world's polyamory, man? What's this?
Yeah.
And so swinging and being sexual.
They
already know? Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, it's just the 5-second version. So the swinging has a huge physical component. Mm-hmm. You love the physical, sexual nature of it. And, of course, polyamory has more of a spiritual connection, a mental connection. Yeah. Now, it's a kind of fine line because, as you all know, we all have friends that we love and care about. Mm-hmm. Okay, you know, you see your friend, haven't seen your friend in a long time. Hey, I love you, man. You know, dude, woman, whatever. I love you guys. You're like family. I love you. And so after, if you have a man, and you're sitting on a man's cock and you're staring into his eyes, I mean, there's a spiritual connection going on.
That's hot.
Okay, that's for the chicks. For the dude, you're looking at this beautiful woman, and you're on top of her, she's looking at you, and she's holding your hands, kind of interlaced fingers, and there's another real nice spiritual connection. Now, is that beautiful? Yeah. You have to have your primary relationship, and that has to be the strongest pillar of everything, and that's what we have. Then we can go enjoy other people, and then we get the fuck out of there. And we can see them again, and they can become friends with benefits, but we care about them, and we love them as friends. But like I said, I'm not going to add them to my, afterthought.
Yeah. You know what's funny is, to me, I don't know why, but I think I'm slightly more like, you know, if I'm going to be like, you know, something that I would do, you know what I mean? Which I'm kind of far from all of it, but to be honest, I think the idea, for some reason, polyamory appeals to me just slightly more.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Sure.
Than swinging. But then again, if I'd be honest, I wouldn't say it would have to be a certain type of polyamory, like another woman, another wife. Like I don't need a brother husband.
Yeah.
Now, do you like someone who would live in, or just a separate, distinct family that you can visit?
No, I would like if I was going to do it, I think I'd want like another wife, because I like the 3 grown-ups versus the 1 kid, and just like the 3 grown-ups splitting everything, and the financial aspect of it. I have, you know, like 2 adults working and 1 staying at home, and I just kind of like that whole you know, big love part of it.
It's attractive. Yeah. It really is.
It kind of appeals to me.
That's out there.
It's freaky, and I bet you a bunch of your listeners too are thinking, "Man, that sounds nice. That sounds hot too."
Sounds complicated.
I have some podcast buddies who were on a mission for a long time to try to talk their wives into getting sister wives or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know, it happens naturally. As you identify a couple that you like to play with, you start seeing them more often. Before you know it, you're taking weekend trips. Before you know it, they're coming over just on a Wednesday evening, and there's hot tub, and then there's stuff going on. Before you know it, you're doing separate room play. One couple stays downstairs, the other couple goes to one of the rooms.
Right.
And before you know it, you're going out on dates. Like, hey, I'm gonna be working late tonight. Yeah, you go out with the guy, no problem. And so it's very attractive. For us, it would be a thing where once we know and we've played with a couple once or twice or 3 times, I would have no problem doing hall pass for my lady, as long as I know the dude. He's a cool person, and eventually I'm going to see his wife alone, or maybe I have already. Then that would be cool. But yeah, it's freaky, man. The poly stuff is really nice.
Wow.
Oh yeah, those guys they have it handled. Yeah. I don't know about in Mexico. It's common, man. This is where I'm from. people have separate, distinct families, and the other families know about each other.
Yeah.
And the man, like, he'll spend some weekends over there, some weekends over here, and but they don't live together. So it's not like a happy poly family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guy is having